Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Scholarship Home. If you're a returning subscriber, I hope you've been taking advantage of the resources on the channel, and if you're just a new viewer, I hope that you would click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you can see the next I upload any scholarship video for you. Without further ado, let's get started today as we go to consider another scholarship. Once again, we are here at the Emily Boutmy Scholarship. The Emily Boutmy Scholarship is a fully funded scholarship, and we'll run through what it entails, and then we get from there. It's named after the founder of Sciences Po, and they welcome very best international students from far and near. Now, the support of the scholarship, they support people from all over this. What are the eligibility requirements? First of all, let's consider that applicant from non-European Union state whose household does not file taxes within European Union. So if you're not paying tax within the European Union, you are qualified. Africa, of course, is qualified, as so many other continents. And you must have been admitted for undergraduate or master's program within the European Union before you're qualified for this. No, still under the eligibility. People who are not eligible are those who are Swiss and Norwegian applicants. They are not eligible because they are eligible for this. Candidates who have dual citizenship, including an EU citizenship. Now, candidates from Quebec for master's degrees. Since they may take advantage of sliding scale fees, same as European, while candidates from Quebec for a bachelor's degree are eligible. For master's, candidates from Quebec are not eligible, but then candidates for joint masters in journalism and international affairs are not eligible to master level dual degree candidates unless they are paying on for one of the following programs. So if you are running a dual master's degree, then you are not eligible. But if you're paying for one of the others while they cater for another one, then you're eligible. Our PhD student thesis are not eligible. Candidates for year one master's program are not eligible. Bachelor dual degree are not eligible, except that list goes on and on. So let's see the selection criteria. What's the selection criteria? Number one is that the amount and length of the merit and the amount and length of scholarship is based on. So for bachelor's degree, you must have the following. One, this is what it entails. It's awarded to students arriving at Sciences Po. Sciences Po is in Paris. A tuition fee grant of 14,200 euro for 3 years for masters, for undergraduate rather. A tuition grant of 9,000 for 3 years, also undergraduate program. A tuition grant of this amount for 3 years undergraduate. A tuition grant of this. So depending on your program and your eligibility criteria and your satisfaction of eligibility criteria, you'll be awarded one of these. Now, if you are awarded 14,210 euros, you are obviously having your total tuition paid. If your program fee doesn't exceed this, but if your program fee exceeds this, you may have to augment the remaining. However, majority of persons would even spend up to this for their programs, so you're having a full tuition payment. But based on your eligibility, you could get this award, and program you could get this award, and all of that. If you do not validate your academic year, your scholarship will be lost. Now, that's a quick disclaimer. Please ensure. And during the year abroad, third year of undergraduate program, scholarship recipients will retain their tuition fee grant. What does it mean? It meant that during the third year, you will be on your internship or practicals or attachment, whichever one it is, and during that period you will still be paid your tuition fee, the same amount. If you're a recipient of 14,000 plus euro, you will still get it. However, that 40,000 plus euro will be yours because you're not in academic session, and it's kept. Now it's automatically renewed if the student chooses to continue their graduate studies after Sciences Po. Can you imagine? So when you're done with your undergraduate, and if you choose to continue your graduate studies there, they will automatically renew this for you. You only need to put in your application. Now let's check the master's level. What's available for the master's level is a tuition grant of 13,100 amount granted to 20, in 2023. The 2024 amount is yet to be determined now. And this scholarship duration is the deadline is still far from now. And so you could take a now when you're older already at sciences board, the amount awarded through the scholarship is determined by at the time of admission. It may be recalculated in accordance with tuition fee increases when applicable. Now, if you've been granted scholarship and you decide to defer your admission, your scholarship will be lost. So there is no difference of scholarship here. And how do you apply? It's not automatically awarded. To apply, candidates must follow the instructions below. Just need to read through what are the now undergraduate college first time applicants. You must come here, you open through, you fill in, and when you are still, must indicate that you are applying to the Emily Boutmy Scholarship in the financial information section of Sciences Pool. So let them know that you're applying for this in the financial information section. So under the financial information section, just click Emily Boutmy Scholarship. And they may also be asking you to provide proof of income and document explaining your family situation, e.g., income tax return from for both parents. They need to validate that you don't pay taxes to the EU. Pay slips, divorce certificate. You just need to show that you really need the money, the scholarship, before it is your parents' unemployment benefits, documents relating to alimony. Yeah, of course, you know what is mean, child support or retirement pension, death certificate if you've lost somebody who caters for you, and based on that, you could be considered. Now, applicants from French secondary school must contact the admission office by completing this form. When you fill in this form, you reach out to them. And once your application has been validated, the applicant will provide proof of income and possibly documents explaining their family situation. After that, they can go ahead with the application. While master's degrees applicants must also fill the same thing. However, language test may be applicable. But the good thing is that um, as studies at sciences pool is both French and English language based. So if you're a French speaker, you are at an advantage. If you are an English speaker, you're at an advantage. And if you've already been refused the Emily Boutmy scholarship, it is not possible for you to apply again. So you have to put in your best to ensure that you don't get rejected. Provided you're rejected, you cannot apply for this scholarship again. You can only look for other scholarship within. Now, no application request will be accepted if received after the deadline. And there are links to the program, of course, you need to consider. And then the admissions department is responsible for awarding Emily Boutmy scholarship. Please know that your scholarship request will only be taken into account if you are admitted to one of the eligible programs. So you need to check out what are the eligible programs, and you have the eligible programs both in the links above. Of course, I will leave the link to Emily Boutmy scholarship in the description box. So just ensure to let me know where you're watching from, and if you have any question, leave them in the comment section, and I'll sure do to respond to them. Now, these are the deadlines. Deadline for undergraduate program, applicants from foreign secondary schools. That one is yet to be confirmed. Now, deadline for undergraduate program, applicant from French secondary schools also is yet to be confirmed. That's our undergraduate program. But deadline for master's program is already confirmed, and that is 3rd December 2023. So you have plus or minus well over a month to put in your application. You have well over a month to put in your application. And the event that you have any questions, you can read through whatever questions you have. You have frequently asked questions here. How can I apply for the Boutmy scholarships? They ensure to put in all that you need there, and you have everything. I am registered. You just need to go through it, and once you realize that you satisfied everything, you can go ahead and put in your application. Now to the graduate admissions, let's take through. Admissions are still open, of course, if you're applying for a graduate program. Now you can see major links to it. What do you need? What are the eligibility criteria? We'll check that shortly. But this is the selection. It's a 2 years master's program through the international procedure because of admissibility stage and the admission stage. Check the selection process and every other thing. The deadline is there. And before you apply, you need to check the list of masters and dual degree programs that they offer. You need to review these two. For each program, they have a language requirement specific. You just have to check all of that and then they give you a detail of what you need to submit your application. You must complete an online application during the open period. This is it. Just click on this and apply for masters. You just click on this. I'll also put the link to this in the description box. So you just click on this and apply. Once you click on this, you come to choose your program. What are the program? You can check your program here. You can select one master's program, excluding 1 year master's program, one dual degree program, excluding 1 year master's program, both a master's program and a dual degree program. In this case, you must select the dual degree program as your first choice. This is only a technical course stream which will not prevent you from choosing whichever program you want to attend should you be admitted to both programs. So you have to choose one. Each program is the subject of a separate admission. You may not apply to two dual degree programs or two master's programs. Combine a 1 year master program with any other, combine a PhD program with any other. So when you just check this, you realize the programs you can apply for. So to be on the safe side, just click on this programs page, and then you can check request for references. Start your application by filling out the referee section. This will ensure referees have adequate time to reply. So this is a good one that they independently um, attach a referee. So you can fill out this form, fill in the details of your referees, and once you fill it out, they will receive a notification in their mailbox because they have to submit it directly to the school. So if you fill it this month, this day, or this moment, your referees can have as long as you have to submit your application to actually fill it. And if you do that, it will afford you enough time for you to follow up on your referees. Then after that, you can check out the language test. So what is the language requirement? Of course, let's see what the language requirement is. Now here we are. This is the language requirement. And what does this say? Language requirement depends on the program to which you are running. If you're applying to 2 years, you can just read through. Now you can see that English level is required for admission. You'll be requested to prove a C1 English language level. Now exemptions. There are exemptions. What are the exemptions? If you have a test that's valid for 2 years, the following are acceptable. Of course, Africans are exempted from quite a number of these. Language exemption page. We can check this out. Let's check this out together. Now, exemption, we do not take into account the native language criteria. Now, C1, C2, English test exemption, this is it. Applicants have studied at least 2 consecutive years. Now, the bolded part, if this is your case, you must provide a certificate from your university stating that English is or was your unique language of instruction. This is requesting for English language letter of English proficiency from your university. Of course, many schools in Nigeria offers it for free, while a few other charge from as low as 5,000 naira to as high as 20,000 naira. Whichever the case is, just go ahead. An applicant holding a high school diploma and having studied at least 2 years English language, if this applies to you, then you don't need to go ahead. Applicants holding international baccalaureate degree with English as their language of instructions is exempted. Now, French speakers have all of this. German, of course, they have these exemptions. So whichever one applies to you, just go ahead with it, and then you'll be waived. That being said, let's look at what supporting documents you're expected to upload. Now, required supporting documents are attached in the appropriate format. So you just need to download it, fill it out. Now, once you submit it, once you click it in and you submit it in, you just click on the link and have your documents uploaded. Then you write your motivation letter. They even provide you a template for you to write your motivation letter. Your letter must be written in the language of the chosen program. If your program for a dual degree program, you can write your letter in English unless otherwise instructed. If you apply to two programs, you must write two motivation letters in separate sections. Assessors will read a large number of the letters every day. Therefore, they appreciate those that are carefully written and structured. You have to write a motivation letter that is concise, direct, and not too much information attached. Too much unnecessary information rather attached. You have a format. You have to show clear idea of the professional field you are aiming for and state clearly which aspect of your personality or background have led you to that choice. The adequacy between your career plan and the requested program is evaluated in order to ensure that that you as a professor stand to gain the most from it, and they want to be certain to offer the training and academic framework that you are seeking. You must therefore explain in detail why you are applying to this particular program, which elements of the program you are interested in and how it fits your careers. Please do not take for granted that. If you need me to shoot a video on how to write application and motivation letter, let me know in the comment section and I'll do just that for you. And after that, you need to pay application fee. There's an application fee of $150, but the good thing is that if you have a refugee status or a recipient of cross scholarship, it is way for you. So, and the way you pay, you should know, of course, that the application form will only be submitted when you click the submit button. And that being said, after the application fee, you have you can submit your application. You don't have to wait for deadline. All deadlines always refer to Paris time at 11:59. And that being said, ensure to fill out all documents, including references and proof of language proficiency. And once you submitted, you can't submit anymore. Without further ado, I hope that you can start launching out your attack on the scholarship. This scholarship is worth it, and it caters for your health, transport, as flight ticket, accommodation, food, tuition, and stipend. So I would hope that you take advantage of it. For all of these, a 150 euro application fee is still reasonable. However, if you have a refugee status, put in an application to reaching out to them, letting them know that you request an application fee waiver. And you could also give a try, even if you are not going vying for, if you don't have a refugee status or vying for a cross scholarship. You could put in an application. We don't know what could come out of it. So let me hear from you and see how you go about your application. Ta-da!